Welcome to the Rainmaker Podcast, where smart agents learn the latest secrets and strategies to dominating their market. If you'd like to dominate faster, go to marketmakercall.com to find out how we generate you leads, nurture those leads, elevating your status and authority in the mind of those leads, and automatically deliver those leads as appointments direct to your calendar. It's new, it's patent pending, it's exclusive at one agent per zip code. Go to marketmakercall.com right now to check your area's availability.
What's up, everybody? Mike Otto here. Hey, today I want to talk to you about, what I see a lot of agents do, which is really living in aspiring way below their potential and their means. And, what I want to tell you about that is the fact of the matter is the world isn't served with you playing small. We were talking to a husband and wife team not too long ago that does, I think it was around 20 transactions a year. They wanted to bump that to 25. Respectable, right? To attainable goal. They're not being crazy. Their head's not in the clouds, so to speak. However, right? What if they could just as easily do 40 or 80 or 200 transactions a year, and they're not because of, really things that they tell themselves, stories that they tell themselves. I'll never forget my first broker, second broker, one of them anyway. We were looking at the stats in our market, and the number one agent had put up a staggering amount of transactions. And that individual looked at me and said, I would never want to have that much business. I just don't want to be that busy. And I thought to myself, well, that makes one of us, because I had big goals. I had big dreams, right? Big aspirations. And this was way before I became number one in my market. But I'm sharing that with you because I want you to know that the truth of the matter is that agent worked less, right? At least that's what happened with me when I was able to put myself in the number one spot. I had less to do than when I was grinding it out as hard as I could in production. And, it's just a series of systems, business systems that you need to implement in your business in order for you to be able to scale and become free and really work on the things that you like instead of maybe some of the things that you don't like. In most markets, the 80-20 rule applies. It's, 20% of the agents that are making 80% of the money, 80% of the agents that are making 20% of the money. And what I found, and I promise you, once you hear this, if you listen, you'll know it to be true as well. The higher up you go in any type of a business venture, the less competition there is, right? So think about that for a second. If 20% of the agents are doing 80% of the business, if you go up to that 20%, you're only competing with 20% now, right? You're not stuck in the 80% looking for the crumbs of the remaining 20% of the business, right? When you look at different business ventures, one of the reasons why I went into the software business is because, I was competing against, I want to say 1,000 agents at the time in my market, 2,000 agents. Well, when I got into the software business for real estate agents, there were like two competitors besides me. I like those odds a lot better, right? So when you go to look at what it is you're looking to accomplish, keep in mind that whatever narrative comes into your mind, whatever stories you have that have been holding you back from thinking bigger or aspiring to do bigger might be just that, might be a story, might be untrue. I was sitting in a conference recently, and Tony Robbins said, everybody has fear. Everybody is afraid that they're not enough, that they will fail. He said, I've worked with presidents, heads of state, like the top, sports athletes in the world. And he said they all have that same fear, including you. And I just find that to be interesting because no matter what, it's always there for all of us. It's just what we choose to do about it that defines us. And so, when you think about what it is you're looking to accomplish, what it is you can aspire to do, why not try for something bigger? I mean, if other people can do it, surely you can. If you want to be inspired, right, just go to your next Board of Realtors event and look around at your competition. I don't say that to be mean, but I mean, honestly, look at the top person that's doing the business in your market. Look at the top person that's doing the business in the neighboring market. I can tell you this from experience. They're probably not any smarter than you. They've just learned a couple of things that have allowed them to scale. Yes, now at this point they have experience, and that is very valuable. However, you just got to get out there and do it, man. You just got to get out there and try it and test your mettle and see what you're capable of. I'll leave you with this last quick story. I'm sure I've told it before. You may have even heard it. However, I think it's appropriate to end this podcast with it. When I was a young man, I would drive to my real estate office every day, and I'm talking like 20 years old, maybe 21, right? And I would tell myself that I'm not doing the best job I can at this business, because it wasn't the business I was going to be in for the rest of my life. I was going to be a real estate investor. I was going to be very successful. Then I'd show all my peers and competitors who I didn't even know on a personal level and didn't care about, and they didn't care about me either. But I was going to show them then how successful I would be, right? Nobody cares. So one day I'm driving, though, to the office, and it's like 30 minutes for me one way, right? And I'm like, Mike, you keep telling yourself this garbage, but the truth is, this is what you're getting up to do every day. Why not see if you can do better at it, right? And so I did. I went to work, seeing if I could do better at it. And I started to set some goals, and that led me down the path to find the right teachers. You know, the saying is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I think that's very true. And, you know, I was able to go for it. And it wasn't without a lot of work, and it wasn't without a lot of mistakes and lessons and, you know, things that you learn along the way, those bumps and scrapes and bruises and, you know, just those battle scars that you get doing it. But if I hadn't had that real talk with myself, I wouldn't have even taken the first step. And so that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Have that real talk with yourself. See what you're capable of. The world is not served by you playing small. The people that you would be able to service, the ancillary businesses, you know, the title companies, the mortgage companies, the people who you would be able to have an impact on in your community, not to mention, you know, the future or current employees that you may or may not have in your organization, and absolutely for your family, right? For your significant other, for your kids if you got them, or if you want them, or if you had them. You know, I mean, like, do it for them. Anyway, hopefully I added value to your day. Thanks so much for listening. Make it a great day.
If you want us to generate, nurture, and deliver appointments directly to your calendar, I want you to go to marketmakercall.com right now and check if your area is available.